Hey guys, Precise here, and into this video we're gonna see how to play from behind. So we're actually gonna analyze some of the games that were pretty unwinnable, you can say, from one of Smurf, and we're gonna see what you can do if everyone is losing, or if your support is not on the same page, or if you simply have 3 losing lanes. No, you can't always win with 3 losing lanes, but there are specific things that you can actually do to increase your chance of winning, to increase your chance of consistency. But what you need to keep in mind and what you need to do is that you need to keep a consistent performance every single game. Whether your support is 0-10, autofilled, whether he's Faker, whether he's Uzi, whether he's Keria, or whether he's Iron 4 first time Rakan, you should be consistent. So let's see what we're gonna see right here. Specifically here, you're gonna learn what to do if your support is like not on the same page. Specifically, you're also gonna learn a lot about laning phase fundamentals and macro. So this video is going to cover a lot of the important fundamentals, but it's going to specifically focus on how to play with the weak support. So let's take a look at this. So we play MF with Rakan. Obviously, it's a very difficult lane against Nami and Lucian. Lucian does a big mistake in my opinion here, that they don't go for Ignite on the Lucian or Exhaust and Nami with heal, because the dynamic in this lane is Lucian goes in and Nami basically heals him up, or well, buffs him, empowers him. So Ignite on Nami, you can already see this is below Diamond. In fact, it's around Diamond 4, Diamond 4, Diamond 3. This Lucian was smurfing, so we can say he's Masters, but the other people are low Diamond, so there is that. So let's see what we're gonna do. I asked my jungle if we can, like, if it's okay to not leash, because obviously we have Lucian Nami, so if they don't leash and we leash and they come into the lane phase right here and they both start W, Lucian starts W and Nami starts potentially E, and the Lucian stays here, and when I come in the lane he Ws me, I get chunked pretty hard, so that's not good. So here I go in the laning phase, I get a bit of prio, and what I do, I prepare my minions because I want to Q on them. Lucian, he is actually coming in and he starts Q, which in my opinion is a big mistake. Yes, at the same time, it's lower mana than the W. At the same time, the lower cooldown. It's just 9 seconds compared to 14. But at the same time, it's also bad because W is undodgeable. And especially with Nami, especially because on Lucian, you can go Scorch, you can go like aggressive runes. So W is usually better with the Nami. Of course, in general, Lucian can start Q or Lucian can start E, because he can always just walk up right here, go for the little dash, and then go for like proc the PTA by using the dash. Of course, some of you might know that there is a long dash with Lucian and there is a short dash with Lucian. This is like the kit of the champion. Maybe some of you know, some of you don't. If you want me to make a video about Lucian, let me know. So I just Q on the minion, and it's quite easy here to actually play, because if you take a look at this, I always have prio. So I get the push, I have prio, and Lucian has to Q the wave to counter the push. And right now we get the push, and I'm debating between E or W, and I actually end up going for E, because my jungle, well, enemy jungle can be around, but I would just want to proc the first strike on the Lucian as much as possible. So we can see that Lucian is actually quite tilted here. He is smurfing, so he probably expects that, oh, this is Diamond 4, Diamond 3, Emerald, whatever, I'm gonna stomp these guys because they are so bad, whoa. You know, as a smurf, let's say you're Emerald and you play in Bronze, that's the same mentality that a Master tier player plays in Emerald, or a Grandmaster plays in low Diamond. So he's probably a bit tilted here, that he's kind of losing, not really losing, but kind of losing. I'm zoning him really well, I'm going into the brush, and what we do is that we ward, because we just want to make sure we're not getting ganked. So here we just try to crush. Of course, after the crush, we can go cheat the recall. We end up not actually getting the crush, and here I keep want to actually hit the wave and to push. The problem is that my jungle is on top lane, so we're playing weak side here. We don't know where is the enemy jungle, so I'm a bit scared. This is why I ping my Rakan to actually walk up with me and help me to push, but I can't do it. So God bless the tower hit the minions here and made the wave to come into me. So what I do here is that I play super safe. You guys can see even my movement. He goes in, and what I do is that I don't actually follow. What I do is that I know that even if I try to go in and chunk her, best case scenario, Lucian is gonna jump on me, and with the buffs of Nami, he's gonna significantly chunk me, because we're gonna talk about Nami with the Lucians, right? So this is pretty bad if I go in here. So what I do, I try to walk up a little bit, try to Q this minion to pray that it's gonna go on her, and my auto attacks here are backing off, because I know that Rakan is out. Is done, he just hits his W.
Are you an AD carry main struggling to make an impact in your games? Is your damage output disappointingly low, leaving you feeling frustrated and powerless in the role you love? Introducing our specialized coaching program designed to supercharge your AD carry performance. Imagine a world where your damage, decision making and farming skills are 10 times better and the outcome of your games is no longer left to chance. Meet Chase, just like you, he was once stuck in the same position, facing low damage and inconsistency in his games. Let's see what happened after his coaching experience, from Diamond 4 to Master Tier. Wow! And here is Jordan and Brett, both transformed into formidable AD carry after the coaching session. These success stories aren't just isolated cases, they are a part of a community of over 3,243 players who benefited from the coaching program. If it worked for them, why not for you? Picture yourself as an unstoppable AD carry. It's not a dream, it's your potential with the coaching session. Don't wait any longer, visit Visai.com, book your coaching and become the AD carry the enemy team hates to play against.
Now he just wants to go out, so he's gonna E on me and then it's just gonna back off, so I don't even follow. So this is very important, because another player, what it will do, another player will be like, oh, Rakan went in, I'm gonna follow, right? No, not really. You need to understand kind of like what is your damage, and if you don't have damage, you don't need to feel forced to, oh, he engaged, let me kill myself here. Not really. Like here you see how I played super safe. One could argue that my potion was used, here the biscuit was used a bit too early, I just used it for mana. Now wave is coming into us and we all Gucci. So there is that. So after wave is coming into us, Shaco is coming. We can also notice that as Shaco is coming, I don't make it obvious, as in I ping Shaco because the wave is very good. I click back when Shaco is coming, just because I don't want to make it obvious. And now when I woke up like this, Nami should actually look at the body language of our team, like of us, and know that we're actually coming. But I did the kind of mind game. I acted like my Shaco is not here, because of course another player, what it will do when Shaco is here, they will walk up directly to the Nami, telling them that, hey, my jungle is behind you. So this is what we did here. We just flashed really well on Nami and we tried to kill her. I thought we can actually kill her only with the Q. I should have flashed on her as well, so this is absolutely my bad. And then here it's called Ooga Booga, Ooga Booga, Ooga Booga SoloQ. Of course my wave is in a very bad position right here, so I try to trim it a little bit, and I should just recall here right away, because I know that if I try to push, what is going to end up happening is that the wave is not going to really crush here. Nami can freeze, and now it's kind of bad because they can theoretically set up a freeze. Well, this is not really a freeze because they only had 3 minions, so if we actually take a look, they killed the minions here, and for a freeze you need 4 minions. So what I should do here is that I should recall without even a problem, because this is not a frozen lane. Since Rakan actually got stopped here and he actually walked up, I was like, okay, is Lucian freezing? Is this a freeze? Well, theoretically it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minions plus the cannon, and 1, 2, 3, 4 minions, 5 minions plus the cannon. So this is not really a freeze, because the difference between their minions and our minions is not significant enough to actually keep the wave here. So what I should have done here, this is a mistake. I shouldn't restay here. Yes, if they had a freeze, then I could consider staying and trying to break it if I have enough HP, which I do have. And they don't really have so much damage. They only have the pickaxe, which is OP, but they at least don't have the Dirk, which on Lucian Nami he should easily get it. So this is actually a mistake, and I should not stay. I tried to crush the wave when the wave was actually slow pushing into me. It wasn't refrozen, so this is mistake. So far what we learned so far till here is that you don't, first of all, getting prior in matchups like this is very important. Level 1, especially if they have either Karma or Nami Lucian, or a lane that if they push you, you're done, like Caitlyn, Lux, Senna and stuff like that. You have Alistar and they have like Lux with Caitlyn or wherever. You can always consider asking your jungle in a very nice way if he allows you to not leash. Of course, sometimes he's gonna say yes, sometimes he's gonna say no. You can check out my videos of coaching if you wanna know how to really ask in a nice way so they actually listen to you. So there is that. We actually end up getting a kill. I'm actually a bit ahead. I'm 400 ahead on the Lucian, and of course, guess what? When Rakan should actually play with me, he's playing mid lane. In this case, it's not bad because I was base, but now after he goes mid, unfortunately, he comes bot and he doesn't really have full HP, but it shouldn't really matter that much. So here I ping very hard. On my way, that we need to follow. I play around my teammates a lot here. Try to go on the Briar. Here I try to actually go towards my teammates. I feel like this was like a lot of miscoordination kind of thing. Because Swain went in. This was like a 4v for V3. We should have just waited Shaco. Rakan actually went for the Swain instead of waiting for going with me. Then I went to a Shaco and we actually did this. This is quite good, and obviously after we actually win the fight, I go bot and I push the wave. Here I'm debating if I should go for a plate, but since I don't exactly know where is Lucian, I know he's on his way. So if I get this plate and I know he can actually recall after I get the plate, I want to recall. He can stop me. If he can stop me, if I know he can stop me after I get the plate, then I don't get the plate. Because do you want to get the plate and stay in the lane, or not get the plate and at least to recall? And I choose to recall. Now unfortunately my support is going top. So here I expect a dive from them. I'm actually pretty ahead. I'm 200 gold ahead. Mid, we're actually playing for mid and top, which is correct because I mean there is this little heralds here. So obviously we're actually playing for that. The problem is that they can easily dive me if they want to. So that is the only problem that you can encounter right here. There is that. Now Nami makes a huge mistake. This is like a bronze Nami, like it's okay, it's not bronze, like diamond or like emerald or something, but it's super bad. Like now, if you were smart with Nami, you would actually path from base to there, like Rakan did. Now, the fact that you're moving from here to here, the chance that this is such a big distance that you need to travel, that in this specific situation, it would be just better to dive MF, really, because once you're gonna get there, no one is gonna guarantee you that you're gonna do something, right? So this is like super bad decision making. So this is one of the worst decision making that I saw in a while, and we're talking about a player that is really well, he's what, diamond 4 last season, diamond 3 or whatever. So you guys can say, okay, some of you, oh, I bet he's low elo, you know, if he's not grandmaster he's low elo. Well, true, but it's still like not bronze or anything. She makes this huge mistake. So this is why supports sometimes they feel like very bad players, like they don't really know much about the game. They don't really have fundamentals. AD carries on average have better fundamentals in my opinion. So now I stay on the bot lane. I just play super safe. I actually know that Lucian is gonna be there. I mean, it's super obvious that he's gonna be there. I just face check intentionally, knowing that he's there because I think I win the fight. So I ward, and then he goes on me. He actually played it extremely well, extremely well. So here I tried to just ulti. He flashed really good, and then I flashed on the right angle, and I thought I can kill him. But what I should have done instead is that I should flash away from him, and I would actually win. So here, for example, I shouldn't really flash in. Okay, so now when he's ulting here, I ulti, he flashes, and then he ults, and then I should just run or just flash like this here. And then I should not really go like face to face, because theoretically Lucian is winning face to face fights. Not in general, but in that specific situation he had more attack speed, and MF is usually burst champion, not really DPS. Lucian is also not DPS, but he has slightly more DPS than MF. So here we try to like really go on him, just try to just chunk him. So now it's a bit iffy because what we did here was kind of good and kind of bad at the same time. We kind of won the lane in the very beginning, but then we just lost it. So it's very, and then we just threw. So Rakan roamed a lot, like Nami didn't really roam so much, and it was a very difficult lane. So what we learned this one is that the priority level 1 is very important. If your support is forcing you to actually go in, sometimes you don't have to go in if you know that you're not really going to do anything. Of course, if you don't have much experience in League of Legends, like you have less than 3 years in League of Legends, or even 4 years I would say, and you haven't played so many champions, you haven't like get a rank, a specific rank, like an emerald, at least emerald if not diamond, there might be a possibility that you don't know when to go in and you don't know when you're supposed to not follow. So in that case I would actually recommend you to follow, so you can die in some cases, so you can actually learn from these cases. Because there are many players that the problem that they have is that they play the game based on what they know, what they think they know about the game. And if they are bad players and they are safe players, or not bad players, but if they are super safe players, they will never follow, thinking that it's a bad fight. But because they never followed in their life, they don't know if it's a good fight or not, they just think it's a bad fight. So this is why I think if you're not like, and this is how you can see really, you just look at your OPGG, and if you look at your OPGG for example, and your kill ratio is super low, like for example here my kill ratio is 8, my death ratio is 5. Of course, like this is just 4 games, but just so you know. So this, if it's less than 6, it's very concerning. As an AD carry, I don't talk about if you play Urgot, if you play Yumi jungle, I don't talk about that, okay? I don't talk about Yumi jungle. I talk about AD carry. You're AD carry and you have less than 6 kills per ratio. That's concerning. Less than 7 kills per ratio, still concerning. Less than 8, it's better. It's better. So you should average between 7.58 to 10 to 11 kills. And of course, that would also make the deaths, because some people have 10 kills here but they have 6 deaths. But you shouldn't have less than 6. If you have less than 6 or 7, it's very bad. It's very bad, because that means you're playing way too safe. No matter if you play Ezreal, S14, or you play a very safe AD carry like Vayne, you should never ever have less than 6 kills. Even less than 7 kills is kind of bad, I think. Even less than 7 kills is kind of bad. So if you have less than 7 kills, that usually means you play too safe. You play way too safe and you're not following good fights. So that's how you basically decide. You just follow it, and if you die, you die. You learn from it. If you don't die, then you know that it was good. So lots of things we learn in this laning phase of this. We're gonna see right now what happens after a while. Like I tried to just follow down some plays, some unfortunate events. I'm actually still ahead somehow. Let's see how I play this one. So I woke up, I tried to like flash on the Briar. He actually has flash as well, which is a bit unfortunate though. Like I feel like flashing in for the Briar there is actually bad because he is 4-6. So me flashing with MF when I almost have 2 items here is very bad. Like I have 2 items in base, we're gonna fight for the Herald next fight. They have Vladimir and I'm flashing in. Like flashing in as an AD carry is fine if it's in the early game or if it's for a huge shutdown. But if you know that you're about to get in a big fight, or if you know that you're about in the next 2 to 3 minutes, you know you're gonna actually be about to play a fight that will be deciding a Baron, a Herald, a Soul, something huge, and you know that by not flashing for that kill, you can have flash the next team fight in a 5v5 and you can potentially get a quadra, a triple, a pentakill. Especially in the later stages, is better to just use the flash out, use the flash defensively. The Briar baited you there because she jumped over the wall. I remember you thought she would flash out instead. Yes. I remember I thought she's gonna flash, but even if she flashed out, I thought that he doesn't really have flash. And even though it doesn't really matter what I thought, in my opinion, like what it is just it was just bad. Like I shouldn't really flash in anyways. Like once he went over the wall, I should just back. And here we try to really kill him. Unfortunately here we missed the W, slightly missed the W. So I tried to use my so to actually recap what we did. So the Rakan, after this play, the Rakan started to roam really hard and I just stayed bot lane. So theoretically I'm ahead on Lucian. So this guy is actually smurfing. So he's, I think he's around Diamond 1 Master tier probably. I don't know if he's main AD carry, but he has like 15 kills per game in Diamond 4. So I think that's minimum D1 to Masters. Okay, so I go to bot. Rakan is not really here. I stay with Lucian. I don't really ulti this wave. I actually take this wave. I try to actually play for the push. We push, then I recall because I have Collector. I just use Yomu to get faster in the lane, and then here I see Lucian and Nami staying here. I go in a position where she can't bubble and I ulti the wave so I can buy more time. My team, unfortunately, they lost a very hard the fight, even though they had number advantage. So now if we press tab, I'm still ahead against the Lucian, even though I'm playing 1v2. Rakan is going mid lane. So this is, I would say it's pretty good, but I would say that if this was like a Grandmaster player with S14, he would probably die only once and he would have like 107 to 180 farm. So he wouldn't take too many, like he wouldn't die so much at all. Here I Yomu, I got super close to him. So I know that the Rakan is gonna really try to jump on me. What I should have done differently here, I should heal for movement speed so I can be a little bit closer to him. So that when Rakan goes on me, then he can just use his W and he can just hit it, which is quite unlucky right now that this happened. We tried it, it was a good play. Top is kind of winning, jungle was really hard losing, and then mid is kind of losing, so I kind of had to do something there. I mean, I don't think I would say I had to do something because I didn't have to do something. I could have just played it safe, but it was a good opening where it was actually, I feel like it was like a 60% big reward, 40% risk that I can take. It's like not really, it's a medium risk for a high reward, I feel like. So here it's pretty sad that, you know, Nami is on the bot lane, Lucian is on the bot lane, Vlad is on the bot lane, and you know, my team is pretty much losing the fight relatively hard here. so they're not really winning this. So pretty sad. Of course, Lucian is actually coming up on top, but I think anyways they will lose this fight. So definitely playing with the support that is roaming, you have to give up more waves, as I actually did in this game. And sometimes you just have to play it really, safe, and you just have to play it really based on the matchup. So this is why, and I will end this video with this thought. A lot of coaches, they recommend you to play only one champion. I do not actually recommend that, because when you play one champion, you won't know the damage of other champions. You know very well. You won't know the cooldown. You won't know. There are so many players that are like, okay, I know what Thresh does. I know what Blitzcrank does. I know what Blitzcrank does. Okay, you know what Blitzcrank does? What's his cooldown of his Q? 10 seconds. No, it's 20 seconds. And I'm like, okay, it's 20 seconds, man. So you're basically losing on an opening that is 20 seconds like longer. And you're thinking that it's an opening that is basically what? You're thinking it's 10 seconds and it's 20. That's huge. Whether you play Victor mid and you think that, you know, ZQ is 3 seconds when it's actually 6, or whether you play against a Thresh and you think that his hook is 10 seconds, 12 seconds, 13 seconds, and is 19, that's huge. That's why I personally recommend you to focus on one champ or two. Sure, you can play two just so you don't get bored if you want, but at the same time, with your friends, when you play flex, when you play something else, you need to also play other champions and other roles. It doesn't mean now you main everything like other players, unless you have like 10 hours to play per day, but that means you try to play mostly 70% whatever MF or Gene or Vayne, whatever you want to play, and 30% you invest into different champions on AD carry, whether you play with your friends, whether you play normals, whether, okay coach, should I play on my Smurf, should I play, it doesn't matter where you play, just play them so you can know their abilities very well, not just like, you know, I think the MFQ is that thing that he throws at you. No, you need to know the ability, you need to know the cooldown, you don't need to know every little thing of it, as in, you know, Ezreal, like let's say Tristana passive, like when you kill a minion as Tristana and Sivir stays really close to that minion, the Tristana passive of the passive of the E of Tristana is gonna hit the champion. So you don't need to know, you need to know the passive of Tristana, like the fact that if you kill a minion and you stay close to it, you're getting damage. But you don't need to know, for example, that Sivir can spell shield the auto attack of Tristana if the Tristana kills a minion and the passive goes on the Sivir. Sivir can spell shield the passive. Sivir can use the spell shield to neglect the damage of the Tristana. I don't need to know this. I know it because I'm a boomer and I coach like players that are master, grandmaster, or whatever. You don't need to know it. You just need to know the basics. Just need to know the basics. So this is basically what you need to know. So this was the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if I actually went a bit too much in depth on other topics. If you want maybe more specific videos, or what kind of other videos would you expect from this channel, and what kind of other videos you want on Patreon. So remember that on Patreon, this video is going to be posted a lot earlier than on YouTube, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks before. So people that are on Patreon, they're going to get premium value, early access, and more benefits. So check out the Patreon if you don't know about it. Of course, Patreon is going to have also very soon a tier list, but more of that later. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. See you next time.
$5. If you have problems improving and getting better in the game faster but cannot afford booking coaching, on my Patreon you can access more than 627 VOD reviews, premium videos about how to wave management, mid-game macro, and tier lists that will show you the best champions to climb and to improve for your elo. And these are not on YouTube, this is only on Patreon, they're exclusive. Moreover, you can participate in the free coaching waiting list to get a premium VOD review. I'm giving away 2 free VOD reviews every single week. All what you need to do is simple 2-step process. Subscribe to my Patreon and share your OPGG, and voila, you are on the waiting list. You're gonna get a personalized VOD review for any game in your match history. For just $5, you get not only the free VOD review, but a whole bunch of exclusive benefits that will supercharge your gaming experience. It's a small investment for a big return. and it's just $5. It's no brainer, right? But here is the deal, you've got to act quickly. The waiting list is already filling up fast.
55 people already subscribed to the Patreon, and there are 6 people that they already are on board, they are on the waiting list.
And more are joining every moment. Now, do you want to secure your spot for a free VOD review? Go ahead on my Patreon and reserve it right now.